We now move on to motion 53 in the name of the Ashbourne Meath East branch.
Chairman, delegates, John King, Ashbourne branch. Delegates, we submitted this motion at the last minute on the Friday before close of motions, or close of acceptance for motions. On the following Monday, the levy on public service pensions was introduced or announced. A few days later, it became clear that the pension scheme in Waterford Glass and in SR Technics were both in bother, and that many company and private pension schemes were in a bad way, particularly those where investments were made in Anglo-Irish Bank. Now, what we want in this motion is a general pension scheme for all workers, where what you get out bears some relation to what you put in. The pension scheme should be robust and should keep track with inflation. In the early 1970s, I was a young computer engineer with a multinational company, and I was sent on a training course to the UK when Harold Wilson was Prime Minister in the UK, and they were introducing this salary and earnings related pension scheme, or SERPS. Now, the ASTMS shop stewards were all called together, and being the Irish ASTMS shop steward, I was invited along, and quite honestly, I thought I had met the Messiah. Here was what I still believe was an ideal pension scheme. It was, if you earned above the baseline in today's terms would be about half or two-thirds the average industrial wage. If you earned above that, you paid a percentage of your salary towards the pension scheme. For each section of that, which equaled to the amount of the average industrial wage, you earned a credit. When you retired, your pension was based on the old age pension plus an earnings-related part. The earnings-related part was based on the number of credits which you had accrued over your working life, and a credit resulted in a fraction of the average industrial wage. I thought it was, and I still think it is, almost a perfect pension scheme. A few years later, they introduced, this will show you how old I am, they introduced the PRSI here. Now, unfortunately, PRSI is pay-related in what you contribute. It's not pay-related in what the benefits you get. A couple of problems with that scheme were that in the early 70s, your life expectancy was that you had 10 years of pensionable, 10 pensionable years after you retired. Now that has gone up, so this has got to be taken into account now. And you might say that in the current economic situation, we can't afford this, but people still have to pay pensions, and it's best that the pensions are sort of managed in such a way that they're robust. Another benefit of this is that this would apply to all workers.
John, could you conclude, please?
This would apply to all workers and would do away with the opportunities for the right wing of society to drive wedges between workers in the public sector and workers in private industry. And finally, coming close to the end of my working life, I would like to see this ideal put into place for the next generation of workers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. The addendum to